Hello there, welcome to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. We're on the road to WrestleMania with a couple of stops along the way. Elimination Chamber round the corner. But first, some business to attend to, as we have some qualifying matches here this evening for the Elimination Chamber. One of which will be starting the show. In an interesting display, Gunther and Ilya Dragunov will be going one-on-one. Winner gets a shot in the Elimination Chamber for a chance at the World Championship. As these two, both stablemates, Gunther not been on the run of form this season as he would have liked to have been on. Dragunov standing across from him, the current cruiserweight champion, looking to use that cruiserweightness to his advantage. Immediately coming out the gates with some strong strikes to Gunther. And interestingly, Dragunov has come out here alone. Last episode out, we saw Imperium in a united, quote-unquote, front against the Body Warmers. Gunther conspicuous by his absence, but it's looking like Dragunov is trying to break out on his own. And who can blame him? Two-time champion, Imperium, looking strong. But Gunther seems to be the weak link at the moment, which is almost unthinkable, as Dragunov has been firmly in control of this matchup. Goes to the top rope, drops a massive knee onto Gunther, and could this be it already? 2 count over the ring general, who gets back to his feet. And we've seen Gunther assert his dominance before over his soldiers. But perhaps now they're thinking it's time for a new change in regime. But just as we think that, Gunther using those massive feet to just push Ilya Dragunov out of the ring, rather disgracefully by his own face. These two with a bit of history. Gunther with Dragunov up on his shoulders. Gunther perhaps the superstar here with the most to prove, coming up short against Seth Rollins a couple of episodes ago. A chance to get back into some semblance of success if he defeats Dragunov here and gets himself into the Elimination Chamber. Perhaps, just maybe, he can get a shot at a WrestleMania moment. But Dragunov ain't gonna take that lying down as he thinks about chopping Gunther, but he knows Gunther so well. He held off the chop, followed up with a DDT. Dragunov, unorthodox but hard-hitting offense. Is it enough to fell the ring general? 2 count now, and it appears that Dragunov has Gunther's number, literally kicking him while he's down. Questions asked about the legitimacy of Gunther's leadership of Imperium, as the unbesiegbar Ilya Dragunov using those strong strikes to his advantage. These two with such a history, well documented. But here at FDW, it all falls to the wayside. Dragunov now almost insult to injury, slapping Gunther with his own chops as Gunther locks on the sleeper hold. Is that enough to put the upstart Dragunov down? Not that we can call him an upstart. He is the current cruiserweight champion. Could Dragunov be one to potentially get a shot at World Championship glory? Huge flying uppercut there to Gunther, just knocking him for 6. 2 count there already. And you very much get the feeling that if Dragunov keeps this up, it's only a matter of time for Gunter. The crowd chanting for them to fight forever. Strike to the back. Dragunov now heads to the corner, feels the power, and drops a massive punch onto Gunter. The H-bomb, I believe it's called, and he does the unthinkable. Dragunov has defeated Ring General Gunter. And in a matter of disrespect, Gunter just has to lick his wounds. Looking to be the better man, but Dragunov having absolutely none of it. Well, well, well. Dragunov has made his point very clear, as he will be joining Roman Reigns and Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber. 3 of the 6 men decided. There is still one more to be decided later on this evening, but before we get there, Women's Champion in action once again, on a very poor run of form recently. Taking on Cora Jade this week. Henley desperate for a win.
Making her way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois,
Cora Jade now senses this is her opportunity. Seeing weakness in the champion. All the women on the roster looking to carve their own opportunities, but fair play to Henley. Not deterred. Wearing that smile proud. Happy to be your women's champion. A lot of energy there from Fallon Henley. Will Cora Jade just be the next woman to take her down? We do not know. Women's division with a very different feel as of late. Cora Jade stomping away on Henley. We've seen these two square off before, but this time it has a very different feel. As Cora Jade hits a flying crossbody, looks to get an early pinfall. Perhaps looking to capitalise on Henley's misfortunes. Another flying crossbody to the outside through the middle ropes. And that is one way to get yourself noticed, Cora Jade. I am just receiving word that Fallon Henley will be defending her women's championship at the Elimination Chamber. And en route to the Elimination Chamber, any woman that can defeat her will be added to the match. So as it stands, it is Fallon Henley versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship. If Cora Jade pulls off a victory here this evening, she will be added to the matchup, making it a fatal 4-way. Which I don't know if that helps or hinders Fallon Henley, who hits the modified bulldog off the second rope. Patented manoeuvre there. As we've seen from Henley in big multi-man matchups, is where she comes alive. Or is it literally a case of the more the merrier? But they really do have a different feel. The more opponents you have, the less chance you have of retaining your championship. But Henley will forever be able to have the mantle of the woman who defeated Belair. That cannot be taken from her. As she drags Cora Jade to her feet once again. Running Bulldog. And Henley needs a victory here just to keep her odds safe for the Elimination Chamber. Count of 2. As Fallon Henley hits the Shining Wizard on the rundown. Hooks the leg. Could it be? There's the 3 count. And Henley needed that this evening. In quick.
Here is your winner, Fallon.
A quick display there from Fallon. Making light work of Cora Jade. I wonder what she's going to say when she comes backstage and hears the news about her championship match. Qualifying continues for the Elimination Chamber in a bit of a grudge match again between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who earlier this season broke up. It was DIY. Both men looking to make success for themselves. Johnny Gargano had a very brief run as the Cruiserweight Champion, but lost every single match he was in. But could this be his next opportunity at Glory? He's got to get over Tommaso Ciampa to do so. But could this be Tommaso Ciampa's opportunity as well to prove that he is the one, the breakout star of DIY? Yes, Gargano may have secured a championship, but an incredibly brief run. Is arguably more damaging to one's career here on FDW, as we've seen so many lengthy championship reigns. Such a short one is a bit more of a blotch against your career than anything. One thing's for sure though, winner of this match will be going into the Elimination Chamber, joining Roman Reigns, Kofi Kingston, and now Ilya Dragunov for a shot at the World Championship at WrestleMania. This should be a solid matchup, these two with such a history. Former tag team, former brothers. Gargano with a big flying crossbody off the top rope already. Targeting the arm of Tommaso Ciampa, and that is joint manipulation at its finest. Tommaso Ciampa whipping Johnny Gargano into the turnbuckle. Now Tommaso Ciampa in control. The landscape of FDW changing somewhat. But the world champion Drew McIntyre will be in action in your main event this evening, taking on Karrion Kross. Kross we haven't seen in action in quite some time. Kross always there to step up to champions. Gargano now in control of Ciampa, targeting that lower leg, wrenching at the ankle. Dragging Ciampa to his feet, which must be aching after Ciampa's assault on the legs and feet of, well, Gargano's assault on the legs and feet of Ciampa. Can Ciampa come back from it? Starting to get fired up. Big DDT there from Tommaso Ciampa, and that was a huge impact. Gargano looking to give himself a bit of space. But Ciampa not having any of it as he throws caution to the wind. Flying crossbody to the outside. Busted open now is Johnny Gargano. Ciampa capitalises into a neckbreaker. Almost cutter-like manoeuvre as he grounds and pounds on Johnny Gargano. And you talk about a rivalry, the blood flowing. Ciampa now just rolling through with Gargano into an air raid siren on the outside, and that has got to leave Johnny Gargano feeling all sorts of dazed and confused, but almost acting on instinct. Gargano reverses Ciampa into the ring with the blood flowing. Gargano whipping Ciampa off the ropes, reversing the momentum into a flying drop kick. Johnny Wrestling now targeting the lower back. Throwing Ciampa around and bouncing off the top rope. Elbow drop to the chest. Off the second rope, moonsault there. Hooks the leg. Could this be 3? Only a 1 count. Nearly 2. It's getting closer for Johnny Gargano. But Ciampa is the one out of these 2 men who has most to prove. DDT from Ciampa just spiking Johnny Gargano's head into the mat. Making the blood run even faster as Gargano locks in the Gargano escape. This could be making Ciampa tap. Is it going to be? He's having to wrench on that neck in all sorts of directions it was not supposed to be wrenched. Ciampa now with Johnny Gargano up into a huge double knee to the back. And indeed, no one will survive. Tommaso Ciampa, who heads to the Elimination Chamber for a shot at a World Championship at WrestleMania. That's a victory he needed. Momentum on his side. Waves to the crowd. And your main event for this evening, as promised, the World Champion in action. We haven't seen him since the Royal Rumble. It's been a couple of episodes. But he's taking on Karrion Kross. We've seen these two go hell for leather before. They always put on a banger for the crowd. But McIntyre regrouped since the Royal Rumble. Must be feeling strong still on FDW, having retained in his last championship defence, which was supposed to be against Seth Rollins, but turned into a triple threat match, thanks to CM Punk. Both men coming up short on that occasion, making Drew look like an absolute monster.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to...
Karrion Kross now making his entrance once again, an FDW original. Going up against the FDW champ. And Doug calls for the bell. We're off to the races here in your main event. It's already been such a successful evening here for FDW. Big blows there from Drew McIntyre. And this should be a hard-hitting match, to say the least. McIntyre playing with his food, clubbing away at Kross. McIntyre needing to be wary. very wary. As in an interesting twist, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, over on Friday Night Smackdown last week, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles won. So there is a new WWE Champion. So Orton perhaps lost his advantage as a champion Royal Rumble winner, but he stands the Royal Rumble winner nonetheless. He can choose a champion of his choice. Will he go after AJ? Will he go after Braun Strowman, who is also the undisputed champion over on Raw? Or will he go after our one and only Drew McIntyre? He has yet to confirm who he'll be facing, and we have yet to confirm as well who will be getting a shot at the FDW World Championship. With the Elimination Chamber, 4 out of the 6 men confirmed so far: Roman, Kofi, Tommaso Ciampa and Ilya Dragunov. Sure to be a very exciting Elimination Chamber match. And Drew will be watching that closely. Drew not featured in the Chamber match itself. But who knows? Will he even still be champion by then? As Cross now in control, hitting a huge back elbow on Drew McIntyre there, just halting and reversing all the momentum. Stomping away on that wrist of Drew McIntyre. Huge powerbomb there from Karrion Kross, and that is strength we don't see very often here on FDW. Drew McIntyre being thrown around like that. Perhaps Kross was inspired by Braun Strowman. Strowman at the Royal Rumble was just ragdolling both Drew and Orton around the ring. Only a count of 1 over the champion. If Kross is able to pick up a pinfall victory here, that surely puts him in the conversation. Kross with a big ripcord suplex there, just falling away. Calling for the end, he signals for it. Drew sees it coming though and reverses. Got to get up pretty early in the morning as Drew McIntyre hits an air raid crash. And taunts Kross to get up as he hits the Future Shock DDT. And that's enough to bring an end to anyone. Drew McIntyre standing tall. And oh my goodness, what's this? What on earth? Is that the Fiend? I mean, it looks like the Fiend. But a side of the Fiend perhaps we've never seen before. What on earth was that all about? Whatever that was, it just got into the ring and just laid out both Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross with indiscriminate aggression. Well, some questions will need to be raised there, as that's quite the way to end things off on FDW. Stay tuned to Season 2 of FDW, where next week the qualifying for the Elimination Chamber will continue. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. See you soon.